official Unicorn Network video. Unicorn Network Webinar Recap. January 12, 2018. Presented by Heiner Hoving. This webinar is property of the Unicorn Network, and may not be recorded, and then distributed to the public. Any transcriptions, translations provided live by the power of we are not official. Please wait for the official English recap and translations, for the complete details presented during any webinar. Hello everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. You might be a little bit surprised to hear a new voice, and see a new presenter for this webinar. First, let me introduce myself to you. Sorry for my English, as you can hear it's a strong German accent, because I'm from Germany, and was born there. I hope that my English will become better through time. I'm working on it. As we are improving our company more and more, I will improve my English speaking, as well. So, back to me. I am 57 years old. My name is Heiner Hoving. As I said, I was born in Germany, but for the last 6 years I've been living in Hungary. After finishing high school, I was working in direct sales with my own team of salespeople. I started later as sales manager, and later on in my career, I switched and became a car dealer, and ended up working there as a CEO. My first steps with online opportunities started in 2004. Of course, I had struggles and success, the same as many of you, as well. This is something that happens in life. All of that changed, as I began working for the first time in Perfect Internet in May 2015, and I became a country manager. At the end of 2016, I became an administrator of country managers, and now, I'm the chief of the Unicorn Ambassadors, and I am responsible for all the things happening concerning the ambassadors, from now on. This is a short overview of where I am coming from, and about my background, so that you know a little bit more about me. As I see the room is filling up with some more members. That's great. I will close the chat room now, so you can concentrate on the things I want to tell you, and after sharing this information with you, I will reopen the chat room. So, the topic today is, how to become a Unicorn Ambassador. A lot of people have been asking me recently, how can I become an ambassador? What are the tasks I will need to do? And what is this all about? Today is the time to explain all this to you. And I hope that you will get an overview about the chance our company offers to everybody around the world, and that you will see the possibilities that are coming with this opportunity. Now, the first question of course is, where are we looking for ambassadors? And, I can tell you something very positive. We are looking for unicorn ambassadors around the world. As we mentioned in the last webinars, we have members in about 200 countries around this wonderful planet. Of course, our goal is to have an ambassador in each of these countries, and the few remaining, as well, later on. This is our goal. For now, we are focused, for example, on the countries with the largest economies. Of course, we are focused on countries with large populations, for example, Russia, United States, India, China, and so on, and so on. For all those who are from Europe, of course, we have many unicorn ambassador positions available, as well. You are all welcome to apply to become a part of our team, but, not everybody will be able to become an ambassador, because there are some qualifications that you will need to fulfill. One of the qualifications, for example, is the commercial background that you have. You should have an education and knowledge in sales, and in management. So, if you have just finished school, and you're thinking of applying for the position as a unicorn ambassador, I'm definitely sure, at this time, that it would be a no but maybe for later on. So, you should have from 8 to 10 years of experience in an equal type position, managing people, for example, managing a sales team, and you need to have a combination of education and experience. This is very important for the first steps, working as an ambassador in your country. It is definitely necessary that you have a strong market knowledge within your country, within your home market, because if you don't live in a country where you want to become an ambassador, you won't have a chance to work there. Because, only when you live in a country, and are familiar with people's mentality, and the business's way of working, and so on. Only then you get a feeling on how to speak to those people, to the new members in your country, how to speak to companies in your country, and even how to speak to the government, if it's needed. So, think about it. It's very important. You should have some skills in building relationships to businesses, to people, to networks. You need some feeling to make the people curious about the things, about the company that you're representing, because as the Unicorn Ambassador, you are the representative of our company in your country. So, you are the face of Safe Zone. You are the face of Unicorn, and all about our business is with you. People from your country will not ask Las Vegas when they need any type of help. They will turn to you. You are the most important person in our company outside of Las Vegas, for your country. That's the point you should definitely realize. And, we are operating both offline and online. So you go out and speak to people offline, but, on the other hand, you'll be online in communication with me and with our company in Las Vegas, so, it's necessary that you have some background in how to use the internet, and how to handle software. The Microsoft programs, for example, should be known to you, how to work with Word, Excel, and PowerPoint presentations, and all those things. So, this is something you definitely will have to use during your work as an ambassador. Another requirement is strong leadership skills, and people management, as well as strategic thinking skills, because all that is happening in your country, everything around the organization of building up our network, our business, in your country, it is on you. You are the first person to know what needs to be done, where to do it, and when to do it. So, you need these skills to be the perfect person to become a Unicorn Ambassador. Maybe you have some experience in key account management, for example, that would help you to fulfill this qualification. You should, also, be able to use your communication skills. As I mentioned, you will be the person that will be invited by radio stations, or local TV in that country, or the newspapers are interested to have an interview with you, and things like this. This is something you, for sure, need to be able to do, as well. On the other hand, if you need to write an email or an official document, or letters, for example, you should be able to use the correct wording. That's important. You should have the knowledge about the working conditions in your country, because you need to know all this legal stuff, different laws about working as a freelancer, self-employed, and so on, because you will set up and build a sales team in your country, and you will be, of course, the head of that team, as well. And, according to the contracts, you should have the knowledge of how things work on your side. On one hand, we've all been working online mostly, but working as our Unicorn Ambassador, you will not work only online. So, you will work in your country. That means you must be willing and able to have business trips in your country. For example, if you're living in the south of the country, and maybe in the north there's a large company that wants to join us, or has problems and wants to speak with a responsible person of the Unicorn Network, they will want to speak with you. And, maybe not only by phone, not only on Skype, but they might want to see you face to face, so you have to travel. The next point, and that is the reason why this webinar is done in English language, even though I'm a native German speaker, is that you have to speak English, because the main language in our company, of course, is English. As we are settled in Las Vegas, therefore, you need to know and speak fluent English, verbal and written, and, of course, you have to speak your country's language, or languages. If there is more than one language, then speaking more languages will also be helpful, as well. As we are working offline and online, it is also necessary, especially when you're reporting to me, that you are able to write reports, business plans, or business correspondence. This is a small part of the things that are necessary to do. This was about the qualifications that you should bring to the company. I spoke to many of you guys that are interested, and I'm sure that not all, but some of you definitely have these qualifications. And the existing ambassadors who are still working with me in the team, they have these qualifications, as well. So, it is something that is not really impossible to do, but, of course, we need these as basic requirements to start this opportunity together. But, It's not just to talk about the qualifications. Of course, you will need to do some tasks. It's not only about the title to be a unicorn ambassador, and now you are the unicorn king in your country. No, no. It is not like that. You have to work with us, and you have to work hard, especially during the first period when you start with us, because this is the most exciting and hardest period ever that you will have worked for yourself, and, of course, that we will work as the company. Your task is to represent the group of unicorn companies. As you know, it is not only about the safe zone, or the rainbow currency, which is our main focus now. We have a lot of other companies, and possibilities, as well. So, it is on you to represent all of this. And you will be the representative for the Unicorn Foundation in your country as well, so, it is not only on the business side. So the Unicorn Foundation will be represented in your country, by you. Definitely, as you are our representative, and as you represent all our unicorn companies, you must be aware of how to use the whole unicorn network, and all its brands. That means that you must be involved in everything, even if there are some parts that you don't particularly like, you will have to know how they are working. It's the same thing with the regular job that you are doing now, for example. Not everything you need to do will be done with a happy smile on your face, but you do it because it's your job. And the job of the Unicorn Ambassador, of course, is to represent everything about our company, even if it is not your favorite thing, at the moment. It doesn't matter. Now, the most important thing is to establish and increase the sales of products available through the Unicorn Network. And this is something that you will start with. It's the first task you need to do, and that's the reason why I told you, when explaining the qualifications needed for an ambassador, that you must have some sales skills. Because you will be the first salesperson for us, in your country. So, you will expand and build more business relationships with companies, with groups, with individuals, like with the government, for example. As you know, some special laws may be helping to do something, so, whatever it is, maybe you will be the one to talk to representatives of your government, as well. The next task is the easiest thing of all that you have to do, and that is to do webinars. Something like what I'm doing now with you, talking to other people, explaining the fantastic world of our safe zone, of our unicorn network, and later on, of our affiliate programs. With this, at first, you might be a little bit afraid. I know this, because years ago I had the same feeling. But now, it's fun for me to do it. It's amazing for me to be here with you in this fantastic company, to be a part of the growth of our company. And you will help the members in your country by doing these webinars, or even public seminars. You invite some people to a hotel, and explain to them how the Unicorn Network works. Or maybe you will be invited by a large company, who wants to join our safe zone, and you will explain to them in their office, how the Unicorn Network and safe zone work. This, I think, is the easiest and most exciting thing. On the other hand, of course, you will be acting as an interpreter between the Unicorn Network and the regional companies, and authorities, and so on. So, if there's any problem, you will be the person helping to solve this problem. If you have seen, and have followed up in our Skype rooms, how support works, or seen people helping each other, I think you understand how to do this, and it's not very complicated. But, of course, it is something you have to do. Another task, that you already might know about, if you were once a country manager, or were interested in becoming one, is the translating task. At present, we need to translate our English webinars into as many languages as possible. On the other hand, you will also be responsible for translating documents in your country, when it's necessary. Documents might be needed for legal aspects, documents might be needed for our websites, or the task might be simply translating parts of our websites. All this is included in the translating part you will need to do. You will be the manager of our official social media pages in your national, native language. As you know, we have a lot of Facebook channels, and other social media channels. The main company channel, of course, is English, and if the main language of your country is English, you don't have much to do, just copy-paste. But, for example, For our French-speaking people here, you will need to convert, translate, the English text into French text, and so on, and so on. So, this is something you have to do, as well. You also need to report all your activities to the Unicorn Network Administration, so first, to me. We have some reporting schedules about this, but this is something we will speak about later. Now, these are the main tasks for this moment. As we are going forward with our companies, maybe in 2, or 3, or 5 years, we will have additional tasks you have to do, or maybe some of the current tasks will go away, because we have changed something in our going forward. This is why we are acting on the market. This is something normal in every business, or every company, so if things change, you have to go forward, step by step, just as we are doing here. Now, I'm definitely sure you want to know more details about the earnings of a Unicorn Ambassador. I will give a short overview for now. The details will be, of course, explained later, when we are doing contracts together. The basics of everything we are doing concerning commissions and earnings, as you know, is with the WSS compensation plan. As you may remember from past webinars, when we explained the WSS compensation plan, only a very small part of 5% remains for the company, because 95% of all available commissions is paid to our Unicorn members. Now, you can start thinking where your money is coming from. Of course, yes, you're right, your money depends and is based on a part of those 5% available commissions. So you will get a percentage of all the commissions generated in your country. If the commission is 0 point something, 0,21 for example, at first it might be shocking, and you might think, oh, that is very little. But rest assured, it is for you to build up the commissions in your country, by inviting new members, and by helping companies to join the safe zone. And when you do this, step by step, you will create more and more commission in your country, and in the end, this small percentage that you see in your contracts, will become a huge amount of money you will earn. On the other hand, I told you that you were the first salesperson in your country. So this means, for all the sales that you are doing by yourself as a Unicorn Ambassador, especially at the beginning of your journey with us, you will get commissions as well, and these are commissions that go directly to your pocket. So, this will be the basis of your first month's earnings. And later on top of that, step by step, you will get increasing amounts of commissions from all the percentage of commissions created in your country. That's all about the earnings. Very simple, very easy, but very, very effective to your bank account. I know this, definitely. This is nearly everything you need to know to become a Unicorn Ambassador. Now, since you know the basics of what you need to fulfill, maybe you're interested in how to apply to become a Unicorn Ambassador. At first, you will get in contact with me. You will contact me, for example, via Skype. Heiner Hoving's Skype ID, Rookie. And at first, it's on me to check your qualifications. This means we will have a talk together via Skype, so, you can explain about your life, your past, the work you have done, etc. I will ask some questions that of course, you should answer. I will test your language, and your articulation. So, this is the first step you have to pass. Maybe you know this from other companies. If you've applied for a job before, then you are invited to an assessment center, and when you have passed the assessment center, you will have a visit or a talk with an HR representative. Something similar to this is what we're doing here. So, at first we talk together, and then, after you have passed this first period, you will send your application to our HR department. This doesn't mean that you will be the ambassador of your country, no. It's a little more complicated, because then the HR department is the main authority to decide if you will be the person who can become the Unicorn Ambassador in your country. I can only give a recommendation to the HR department. The final decision of yes or no, is made by the HR. And if they say, oh, yes, this guy is qualified to become a Unicorn Ambassador, then your volunteer period will start. This means we will have a short form to fill in, and you can start working in your country, and your main task, at that moment, is to do sales. This means that you will bring companies into the safe zone. You will help them to join and connect to the Safe Zone as a Safe Zone partner. They have to pay for this, of course, and you will sell them these packages, marketing deals. This is your first task during the voluntary period, and as you are doing this, and hopefully you will be successful, you will earn your first commissions on this, so the first money is coming in very soon. So, don't be afraid, and don't think I don't know what to do, how to do it, and what I have to tell them, and so on, and so on. Rest assured, you will be trained by us. You'll get all the needed information to go out, and to explain how it works, what the advantages are, and what the best way is to present the company, so that in the end, you'll have the chance to close the deal. But of course, by doing this, it is absolutely necessary and important that you know how our Safe Zone works, and why we have the Safe Zone. So, if you have some doubts about this, or don't know completely what everything is about, check the webinar recaps about the Safe Zone, starting from the Darknet and Grey Zone, up to Safe Zone, because this is something that must be in your mind. You must be able to explain it in a few sentences for companies, for example. So, you will start working with this at the beginning. And when you pass this period, this voluntary period, successfully, then you will get a contract to become a unicorn ambassador. But don't think you can put your feet on the table and say, "Oh, now I am the great guy in my country. I am the ambassador. Let the others work, and I will only watch what they are doing." Forget it, that will not work with me. You have to continue what you've been doing, your whole life, well, during your ambassador position, at least. Okay. About doing sales, you will do it less during the period working with us, but one of my former trainers, in direct sales, taught me something very, very important. He taught me that every general must be a soldier his whole life long, and I never forgot it. And, I've done it all my life in this way. So, I do the things that I've done in the past, up to now, because this helps me to stay up to date. No one who works with me will be able to do something that I don't know how to do. Because I'm out there, and I speak to the people, and I get all of this information that I need to do sales, and to train people, and so on, and so on. And this is the same for you in your country. You are the main person, yes, but even if you're the head of it all, don't forget to do the sales, don't forget to do the basics, your whole life long. So, back to the contract. You have the contract as Unicorn Ambassador, and, of course, this contract, as well, has a probation period. And, hopefully, as you now know what I've told you, you will pass this probation period successfully, and after that, definitely, you are the Unicorn Ambassador in your country. That's it, very easy. But, you have to follow up on all those things. You have to be on top of things. You have to learn. You have to go forward with us, and, yes, of course, maybe there will be some delays, maybe there will be some problems, but you will help to work on these, you will help to solve these. You will help provide solutions for the members in your country, to the companies in your country, and, best of all, you will provide solutions and recommendations to us, as the company, and then, we'll have the best basics for working together. I know that some guys are interested in becoming a Unicorn Ambassador. In our company, they are great, speaking about everything positively, but I recognized, and got information that outside our official Skype rooms, and our official social media sites and chat rooms, they have been talking very, very bad about our company. Guys, this is something I definitely don't accept, and, of course, the company as well, doesn't accept something like that. So, if you once started, in the past, in the present, or in the future, talking bad outside about Unicorn and our company, you, first of all, will never, never ever have a chance to become a Unicorn Ambassador. And, even if you are a Unicorn Ambassador, and you start talking bad outside, rest assured, you will be a Unicorn Ambassador for a very short time. There is no exception on this. If you have a problem, if you have something that you want to criticize, okay, turn to us, turn to me, turn to the founders, turn to our CEO. We all will listen to you, and we will give you the answers. But, never ever talk bad outside of the company. Thank you for your understanding. It is your decision what you want to do, and what you like. Okay, now maybe you joined this webinar today, because you were interested to become a unicorn ambassador, and now you see that, well, maybe there are some things and qualifications that don't really seem to fit with you. No problem. Maybe you have other skills you have to share with us. Maybe you like sales better, and think, oh, no, an ambassador has all this paperwork, and talking to other people, and talking to media, that is nothing that I like. I don't want to do this. That is not a problem. Apply to be a salesperson in your country. It's recommended. But, even if you're not addicted to sales, and you don't like to do sales, no problem. We are looking for several more people, besides the position of a unicorn ambassador. For example, people who have skills in creating graphics, in writing texts and emails, for giving support to others, for doing some administrative work with our company, maybe to work in our call center, if you would like to work on a phone, for example. All this is a possibility for you, as well, and you can apply for this. Talk to me, and I will explain how you can do this. So, now we've been together for about 40 minutes, as I can see, and all the most important information has been provided for you. So, let me give a short summary. In my opinion, we offer one of the most exciting, or maybe it is the most exciting, position for you, on this planet. For me, what I'm doing here with you, and what I've been doing with the company during the last 2 years, it is the most exciting job I've ever done in my life, and I will continue to do this. So, even if you decide that what I've told you today won't work for you, no problem. Maybe you know a person, in your family, among your friends, in your country, and this person would be interested in working with us, with the Unicorn Network together. Feel free to recommend this person to us. But before you do this, make sure that this person registers to the Unicorn Network, to your first generation. This is very important, because you will have an advantage of all of the things that person will be doing in the future. So, first you register this person with your RefLink, for example, and then you recommend this person to us, to work with us in one of the explained positions. That's all for today. Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Was you up? Be proud to be a unicorn, and always, happy health. Thank you for joining this webinar. Bye-bye. With your success in mind. Heiner Hoving, and your Was Up support team.